Brand energy. Does your farm have it? There are certain seasons of the year when, out of nowhere, the universe will send me brand energy. And these are so powerful. I want you to learn to take advantage of them. Today, I'm going to talk about 4 places where this brand energy magically appears so that you can leverage it. Let's get started. Hey there, this is Corinna Bench, and welcome to the My Digital Farmer podcast. In today's market, it's not enough to just grow your product. You've got to know how to sell it too. Welcome to the My Digital Farmer podcast, where we reveal online marketing strategies and tips to help farmers like you get better and more confident at marketing. Learn how to find more customers, increase your sales, and build a strong brand for your farm. Let's start the show. Well, welcome to episode 268 of the My Digital Farmer podcast. I am your host, Corinna Bench, one of the farmers at Shared Legacy Farms out in Elmore, Ohio. I'm also the founder of MyDigitalFarmer.com, which is all about trying to help other farmers like you get more confident in your marketing and sales strategies so that you can grow a profitable business. How's everyone doing today? Welcome back to the show. Big shout out to all of my regular listeners, my binge listeners. And if you're new to the show, I'm really glad you're here. Welcome to the community. Make sure that you subscribe to the podcast. You're going to want to do that. And then go check out some of my back issues. You can scroll through. I've got over 250 of them now. And I'm sure you can find something there that piques your interest. If you're really new to the marketing space, though, and you need kind of a 101 crash course, I recommend that you go listen to the first 10. Or even better, get onto my email list, because when you do, I'm going to send you a weekly email for like 3 months that's going to walk you through the marketing jungle and kind of get you onboarded into what you need to know. And you can do that by going to mydigitalfarmer.com/subscribe. I get really good reviews for that, so definitely take advantage of that. Today's episode is sponsored by my friends at Local Line. Switch to Local Line and grow your farm to new heights this season. Local Line is the most comprehensive sales software built for farmers and food hubs. Its features include e-commerce, automated inventory management, subscriptions, a website builder, point of sale, and more, helping you increase your sales and streamline your processes. So whether you're a CSA farmer or you sell meat, you run a food hub, or maybe you sell wholesale or offer a herd share, Local Line has the tools and features that you need to succeed. We're a big fan. Are you looking to switch to a sales software that does it all? Subscriptions start as low as $49 a month with no setup fees or sales percentages. That's huge for me. Plus, if you join Local Line today, your onboarding manager will migrate your storefront at no cost, so you can be up and running in no time, even in the middle of the season. As a bonus, if you are a podcast listener, Local Line is also offering a free premium feature for 1 year with your subscription when you use my coupon code MDF2024. So go to mydigitalfarmer.com/local line and then enter the coupon code MDF2024. Make the switch today. And now back to the show. Today I want to talk about brand energy. And this is coming up for me because we just started our CSA this week. I'm recording this on June 17th, which is a Monday, and it's our first harvest and pack day. Tomorrow our customers pick up the boxes. And so there was a lot of energy and excitement among the staff and between Kurt and myself this morning when I woke up. I have a huge to-do list, not overwhelming, but there's a lot of last minute things that I have to put together that I could only put together on this day. And so as I'm going through it, it's just starting to ramp up the excitement. I walked around the farm this morning taking a bunch of video and photographs as they were harvesting, documenting the story. I was on Instagram stories a lot. It's actually going to be really hot here for the next 4 or 5 days, a huge heat wave in the upper 90s. So we've been irrigating all night. There's just a lot of activity. And so as I'm walking around, taking pictures, sharing video, talking to my customers, doing Facebook Lives from my private Facebook group, I just felt this palpable energy of we're getting started, lots of engagement, lots of likes, people high-fiving, clapping, doing all the emojis. And I thought to myself, oh, I love this. This is so easy. Have you ever had that happen in your brand where you have moments where it just feels easy to sell, it feels easy to promote yourself, it feels easy to tell your story because, something's happening, something new has begun, or you've had a really cool event happen in your life, and it doesn't even feel like you're selling. You're just excited to talk about your farm, your story, your brand, and everything about it. Well, that's what's happening right now for us, and it made me reflect on how much I love when these moments happen because it's a huge momentum builder in our business. It doesn't feel like an energy drain for me to go out and document these stories or take pictures or connect with our customers or write a bunch of emails or write that first newsletter. All those things that begin to feel like a drag when I get to week 7 or 8 doesn't feel like that when I start. And so I was thinking about how can I take advantage of these moments where there is already so much energy. And I wanted to talk about that today on this podcast. Now, I am trying to keep these podcasts short until my voice comes back. So if you notice that my voice is a little bit hoarse or scratchy, I'm straining it a little bit. Chewing gum helps, so you might actually hear me chew gum a little bit. I'm sorry, I know that's so unprofessional, but I'm just trying to manage through the next few weeks as my esophagus continues to heal. So this is going to be a shorter episode. Actually, what I wanted to talk about today was 4 examples of where I see energy naturally appear in kind of the brand cycle. And the reason I want to point these out, there's probably more, but these were the 4 that came to me when I was brainstorming. The reason I wanted to point these out is because I want you to identify if these happen to you, if you recognize them as I talk about them, and then I want you to plan for them. Or when they occur, I don't want you to just let them pass you by and not grab them by the hand and make lemonade out of them, right? Like we want to squeeze every last bit of lemon juice out of these lemons and try to create extra energy for our business. And it's not going to feel hard. That's the beauty of it, right? Normally we're always trying to create energy for our business, but in those seasons when we can't think of things to talk about, there's not a whole lot going on, and there's nothing new going on, it feels so exhausting to do that. And yet we still need to try to keep that energy up. I love taking advantage of these moments because the energy is just very organic and you don't have to work very hard to catapult it. It just sort of happens. All you got to do is direct it and steer it. So listen to these 4 ideas that I share. And then I want you, when they happen, I want you to latch on and make the most of them. So promote them on social media, talk about it, follow that energy. I always say to my family and to my students that I'm coaching, I'm like, follow the energy. Wherever you have energy, just follow it because it's just an automatic asset. Okay, so let's start with the first place that you're going to find energy in your brand, and that's what I would call beginnings. Anytime you start something, so this could be the season start, right? That's what I'm experiencing right now, the beginning of the season. There's been, for us, we don't go all year long. We have a good 4 months off, and so our customers are hungry for connection with us and our products by the time we get the spring going. And so there's just a lot of excitement for us to see one another, right? So the start of a season, the start of a new crop, maybe you have a particular crop that's very popular. Like anytime the first tomatoes come out, we get a lot of energy. Whenever the first sweet corn is planted or harvested, we make a big deal about it. It's not hard to make a big deal about it because it's so exciting and everyone's like, and we see this huge surge and spike in sales because of it. It could be a new product launch, something brand new that you've never tried before, whether that's a completely new type of meat that you're now producing and selling, or it could be a way that you package it. Maybe you're introducing bundles for the first time, right? So sometimes we can create energy around a very popular kind of product packaging or style of product, a product launch. And then also just like a new process, maybe the way you're harvesting, or you got a new piece of equipment that's going to make things a whole lot easier, or you put up new fencing, or you bought new property, or you have a new location for a drop-off or delivery, or a new service like delivery, or just expansion in some capacity in your brand. Anytime we have something new, it creates natural energy. It's something we're excited to share and talk about. I want you to remember this little formula. This is almost like a mathematical equation. New equals momentum. Okay? Just write that down somewhere. New equals momentum. So if you ever want to create momentum and energy in your brand, just start something new. Create a beginning. Okay, so that's number one. Hopefully you can think of some examples of where that's actually been true for you, or you can identify something coming soon that could qualify as a beginning or a start. Number two is wherever you see scarcity or urgency, you'll find energy. Now, I don't mean like scarce thinking. This is not like scarcity mindset. That's a major energy suck. But if you have products that are scarce, or you create urgency around an offer, maybe like this product is only going to be around for 48 hours or until this weekend, that creates all kinds of brand energy and momentum. I was thinking about when I was in Kentucky on vacation last year and how we were drinking this soda called Ale 8. And apparently that's a huge thing there. We fell in love with it. So kind of like a ginger ale on steroids. It's really, really good. You can send me a free bottle. That would be awesome if you're a big fan. My family will thank you. I actually can't drink it right now, but my family can. What was I saying? Okay, so Ale 8, while we were there, they had this special limited edition blackberry flavor. And it was so good. And there was this kind of run on the blackberry version of this. And they had limited edition, limited season all over the packaging. And there was just a buzz around it, right? We can always get Ale 8. Everyone loves Ale 8. But even in Kentucky, the blackberry version is only around for a short amount of time. And so there's this amplified energy around it. So create scarcity or urgency in some of your offers, and that might just be the ticket for getting people excited. Today's podcast is sponsored by Farm Marketing School. This is my monthly membership where farmers can come in and build marketing assets one at a time in special 30-day build projects that I've created for you. Right now, there are like 8 projects inside of Farm Marketing School, and every month a new one gets added, and you basically subscribe for 30 days, or you can stay in for a couple months or 3 months. You can stay in the whole year. But what you're doing is you go inside and you decide, this is the project that I want to work on. You take the class, the workshop class that's recorded, you just watch it, and then you build it yourself. So this is the DIY version of Accelerator. There's no coaching element or mastermind or Zoom meetups. It's just you going in there, watching the class that the accelerators saw live with me, and then working on it on your own. So if you're a DIY type of person and you think you can do it yourself, this is an amazing resource. There are projects in there for how to build a promotion plan, how to build your email nurture sequence, how to write a great weekly email, how to build the website homepage messaging, what goes on that homepage, how to build a lead magnet, and more. So if you want to see what's in the Farm Marketing School, you can head to mydigitalfarmer.com/FMS. And I encourage you to subscribe for 1 month. Check it out. I have a whole onboarding, like a crash course in marketing that I encourage you to take in your first week. There's an assessment inside of there that's going to help you know which elements you should build first. It's so good, and I would love it if you would give it a shot for a month. Let me know what you think, and if you decide you like it, you can stay in there for several months in the off season and get a ton of your marketing stuff done. Number 3, certain people will bring energy into the room for your brand. You'll discover this over time if you haven't already. This could be customers that just have large personalities or who bring a huge network with them, and they are huge promoters, or they just make things happen, or wherever they go, like they have like the magic touch and things just blossom. I have a few customers that fall into that category. If I can have them at my farm events, sometimes I just make sure that they're there. I'll make the event, like the farm dinner, free for them, because I know that when they're there, they're going to create a huge dynamic at that end of the table. They're going to be the conversation driver. They're going to be energy and take care of that part of my audience over there. So certain people who are customers will bring energy into the room, but also staff. You might be lucky enough to have someone on your team that's a creator and that isn't afraid to take risks. And I'm thinking of Noah, who's on our team, and how yesterday he planted his upland rice. This is the first time we've ever planted rice on the farm. It's an experiment. He got really excited about it when Kirk kind of introduced him to it. And we know about the farmer in Maryland. I'm forgetting his name now, but we gave all that information to Noah, and Noah is running with it. And he's piloting it for us this year. Well, I got on to Facebook Live and I was filming it, put it on Instagram stories, and there was so much energy like oozing out of Noah. Like you could just see him. He was so giddy that Kurt was actually giving him acreage to actually play around with this idea and trusting him. And then there was this energy translating into the comments of this video. People are like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. I hope this works. I would totally buy this many pounds from you and XYZ. So it just was an easy lift to talk about the rice and to put that in the ground and get that going and promote it. So yeah, really excited about that. So look for who are the people in your environment that bring energy, and who are the energy suckers, the ones that just pull it out of you and drain you. We want to get rid of those people. Sometimes that means getting rid of them as customers. Okay, number 4. This is the last one. Sometimes you'll see energy being created by what I call breakthroughs. And this could be like a mindset shift that you have. I have a weekly call with my coach, Rebecca, and periodically, I would say it's maybe like every 3 or 4 months, I will have what I call a mindset shift breakthrough, where there's just this thought that suddenly becomes clear to me, and I realize that I've been looking at my life the wrong way, or that there's another way, I should say, just another way to look at it. That's so freeing, and that launches me, removes fear, allows me to take action, right? Sometimes it'll be a mindset shift like that makes you change your feelings about something and then ultimately your actions. Sometimes it's a discovery that you make. It could be new information that leads to new action. It could be a circumstance, something that actually happens to you that you can't really change, that changes the game and forces you, causes you to pivot and have to try something new, or it leads to a new rabbit hole that you follow down, and you discover new people or new experiences, new products, new ideas, right? So I call these breakthroughs. And you can't plan for these. These are like the surprises that the universe just hands to you. These happen to me now so, I don't want to say frequently, but so sort of on schedule that I almost count on them. I like to talk about sort of to me like a radar. Picture a radar screen. And you're going through your life and you're constantly checking the radar, like what's coming down the pike. Do I need to prepare for something? Is there a pending disaster looming that I need to watch out for? Is there something good that I'm hoping will show up soon on my radar? So I'm always scanning my radar, and every now and then something will just show up on the radar that I could never, ever have thought possible. Like wasn't even something I was working on or working towards or on my goal chart, and it just appears, and it's a blessing and a boon, and it just takes off, right? These are examples of breakthroughs. And I believe that the universe just delivers them to us periodically. I think we also call them to ourselves sometimes. And I've come to count on them showing up. And when they do, oh my gosh, take advantage of them. Like, just squeeze every ounce of energy you can out of them, because they're going to set you on fire. They're just going to light you up. I call this, one of the metaphors that I like to use when I'm talking about this with my coach is I say, for me, it feels like a green lights go moment. And this is that feeling that you have when you're driving down a busy street in a suburb or in a city that's got a ton of lights, and you get nothing but green lights, which is very rare, right? Nothing worse than having to constantly stop at red lights. Every now and then, you'll just get complete green lights, and you just have total momentum, and nothing can stop you. This is a green lights go moment. And these breakthroughs will drive energy in your business. So when they happen, man, just coast on them. Trust in them to continue. They're awesome. So I wish one of those upon you. Maybe you can think of one that's happened to you in recent history. I want to close with this thought. Like, our brand is sort of like a flywheel spinning. Okay? And when you first start pushing a flywheel, it is hard to get it going, isn't it? Right? Lots of work involved to build up that energy and that momentum. But then once it's going, it's like a merry-go-round at the park. It's just, it's going around really fast. It's whipping around. It has energy. And then all you have to do is occasionally just tap it to keep it moving. So I want you to think of these examples: new beginnings, scarcity and urgency, certain people, breakthroughs, right? Use those to accelerate the wheel. They show up to help you get that flywheel spinning fast. And then all you'll have to do throughout the season is occasionally tap it, which can sometimes take energy and thoughtfulness and intentionality, but it's not as exhausting to do that because you've had the flywheel spinning and you've taken advantage of these moments that are accelerators for your brand energy. All right, well, that's all I got. I hope this was helpful for you. Look for an example of those brand energy accelerators and push that flywheel. Get it spinning. I wish you all kinds of brand energy this season. Let me know what you think of the episode. Today's show notes can be found at mydigitalfarmer.com/268. If you liked the show, please go leave me a rating or a review, or tell somebody you know about this podcast, maybe in a Facebook group or in one of your email listservs. I would love that. And if you want to get onto my email list and get some tips for how to keep your marketing strong and build a marketing machine, a system around sales and marketing, I can help you with that. I can help you with that for free over my email nurture sequence that I'm going to send you. It's like 3 or 4 months of emails. It's just going to walk you through the marketing jungle. So go to mydigitalfarmer.com/subscribe to get that. It's really good. I'm also on Instagram at mydigitalfarmer. I love showing up in stories. And as my voice gets stronger, I'll be there a little bit more often this summer. But I'd love to connect with you there. Hey, if you have a question you want me to answer on the show, please send it to me at mydigitalfarmers@gmail.com. I'm looking for kind of like an Ask Me Anything segment that I can throw on here. Those are great topics to allow me to do kind of some shorter episodes here as I allow my voice to heal. Or maybe if you'd like to get on the show, another way that's kind of easy for me to do a podcast is to interview someone. So I'm trying to get more interviews here lined up over the next few months, again, to help me heal. So if you would love to share your story, you have something cool that you're trying, you just want to send it out into the world, reach out to me and maybe we can set something up. mydigitalfarmers@gmail.com. Thanks so much for joining me today, you guys. Have an awesome week. I believe in you. Bye-bye.